Hello there YouTube, what's up, it's Bunks here, and today I'll be giving you my top 10 tips and tricks when you're just starting out in No Man's Sky. These can really make the earlier game easier, and I wish I knew them a bit earlier on. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before we crack on, why not hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss a No Man's Sky video. So at number 1 we have photo mode. You might be thinking, what use could photo mode possibly have beyond taking screenshots of No Man's Sky's wonderful scenery? And well, early on in the game you won't have many resources, and initially you're going to be spawned onto a deadly planet, so survival is key. If you hop on into photo mode by hitting the down arrow on PlayStation and then click the camera icon, you'll be immune to any weather, your oxygen won't be depleted, and neither will your hazard protection. Once in photo mode, you can zoom out and find yourself some nearby essential resources such as oxygen and sodium. These are easy to spot because they're glowing and all the weather tends to be paused during photo mode. Oxygen will be glowing red and sodium will be glowing orange. And it's also useful for finding caves, because if you're caught in a storm, going into a cave will protect you, has protection, and you can also mine cobalt while you're in there and wait for the storm to pass. Because who doesn't love some extra tasty units? Finally, you can also take some glorious photos and share them with everyone you know. Yay! At number 2, I'm going to be showing you how you can move around a lot quicker on foot, which is ideal if you're running low on hazard protection and need to get to a cave, a ship or a building as soon as possible. In order to start moving around a lot quicker, you need to start sprinting and immediately hit the melee button followed by your jetpack. This will launch you upwards and forwards much quicker than you can do even while sprinting. A word of warning here, you are going to be flying quite high, so make sure you've got a little bit of jetpack juice left over to soften your fall. Otherwise you may end up falling from a great height and splatting on the planet's surface, and nobody wants that. At number 3 we have upgrading your scanner as soon as possible. You can find these upgrade modules at space stations or on the Anomaly. And there are a couple of reasons you'll want to do this straight away, and the first main reason is money. If your scanner is fully upgraded, sadly not like mine in this playthrough, you could be raking in hundreds of thousands of units per scan. You'll get these units instantly, so you don't have to go anywhere, do anything, just scan everything you see. The second reason for upgrading your scanner is the extended range that comes with all the upgrade modules. So when you're looking through it, you'll be able to see drop pods, crash sites, many more viable things further away. Winner winner, dollar bills for dinner. Moving swiftly on to number 4, you should be uploading all your discoveries for even more rewards. You can do this by hitting the options button and navigating to the discoveries tab. And if you upload your discoveries individually, you get to name them whatever you want, and who doesn't want that? I'm not the most imaginative person in the world when coming to naming all these new things I find, so once you've done these, put a comment below and leave me your favourite named creatures, flora, fauna, or anything. I'd love to see them. You can also upload everything you've discovered in one go if you want to save time, but you will not be able to name these in this instance. But once you've uploaded the discoveries, you should be rewarded with nanite clusters. The amount you get from these depends on how rare the discovery, but any nanite clusters are great. They can be used for purchasing blueprints, upgrading your starship, multi-tools to a higher class, and finally they can be used as a payment to travellers for information. At number 5 we have upgrade bonuses, and this means if your upgrades are positioned in specific places in your inventory for your starship, exosuit and multi-tool, you'll be able to get additional bonuses. Every piece of technology belongs to this so-called family, and when placed together in your inventory, they should get a coloured border to indicate that it is now benefiting from these bonuses. To maximise these bonuses, place the strongest technology, usually upgrade modules, in the smallest cluster possible, and then surround them with the rest of the modules and put them into a pretty square. Yay, free bonuses! Who doesn't like free bonuses? Woo woo! Moving on to number 6, we're going to be talking about adding inventory slots to your exosuit, starship and multi-tool. Now you want to get as many inventory slots as you possibly can as early as you can, so it makes it much easier for you to carry resources and install upgrades. So you can actually get 2 free slots per system. One of them is spawned on the space station and the other one you can get when you spawn the anomaly. You can also find drop pods on planets in the same systems, but these will need repairing before you can access the free slot that comes with it once you've fixed it. And finally, you can buy extra slots, but they do get more expensive as you go. But if you can afford a few, it's definitely worth getting. At number 7, we're going to be talking about upgrading your starship's launch thrusters as soon as you possibly can. There are 2 upgrades you can get from your starship via blueprints. The first one is the efficient thrusters upgrade. This is going to reduce the amount of launch fuel used every time you take off, so it saves you having to refuel as often as before. The second upgrade will enable you to never have to refuel ever again. Oh yeah! The upgrade is the launch system recharger, and whilst you're off gallivanting around on planets doing your thing, your thrusters will be recharged at a rate of 4% per minute. So unless you're taking off every couple of minutes, which I doubt, you'll never need to craft launch fuel ever again. Coming into the home stretch now, and at number 8, I would suggest that instead of mining resources constantly on different planets, just head up to the space station and buy them, providing you've got the units spare. If you don't, check out my other video, which I'll link in the description, which tells you how you can make millions of units early on in the game. Anyway, buying resources is far quicker than finding, mining and refining them, so you can use these resources to craft upgrade components you have from blueprints. Side note, it's also essential that you have a few resources in reserve like oxygen and sodium for your life support and hazard protection in case you're ever running low and get caught out and can't find any. At number 9, this involves you being able to travel around between systems quickly without having to use your hyperdrive. Yep, you guessed it, it's space station teleporters. Side note, hyperdrive is very important, so get that up and running as soon as possible. Every time you visit a new system, head up to the space station first to activate the teleporter on there. Also, don't forget to get your free exosuit slot upgrade whilst you're there. If you're at the space station, you can then teleport to any other space stations or bases you've created previously without using any fuel or warp cells on your starship. And a little pro tip is, if you teleport to any of these space stations, your starship will follow you wherever you teleport to without using any fuel whatsoever. Get in! And last, but by no means least, we have buying blueprints from the anomaly instead of following a bunch of quests to unlock them. This is more of a personal preference of mine because you get them quicker and I'm impatient. So the first time round I was following quests, this time round I'm just buying blueprints from the space station. Sorry, anomaly. I realise this can cost you quite a chunk of buried tech, salvage data or nanites, but I think it's worth it to have these blueprints earlier on in the game. There you have it. There's my top 10 tips for early on in the game. I hope you found this useful, and if you did, leave a comment below of anything else you'd like to see from No Man's Sky. If you'd find this video useful, why not hit those like and subscribe buttons so you never miss a No Man's Sky video. Thanks for watching, and peace out.